right. Then we have two more quarterfinals. So we'd have England up against Norway, right? That's going to be followed by Argentina and Switzerland later on that day. It's a big one, right? Kane against Haaland. After that huge victory over Mexico at the Azteca, as everyone keeps pointing out, in altitude. The team have proven themselves, right? Everyone's feeling on high. I think everyone's feeling positive that England can do it.
Wait, does Azteca mean altitude in Spanish?
No. The Azteca's the stadium. So yeah. At the Azteca, long unbeaten record or whatever. A lot of stuff they were saying. How impressed were you with England in that game? Just before we talk about the Norway game.
Mexico are a great team, like
right.
Anyone who tells me that they knew more than 3 of their players before this tournament, yeah. Let's be real, we didn't know any of these guys,
right?
So, and there's a reason for that. Like a bit of quality, a bit of sustained quality, sustained pressure, they'll fold. That's how it usually works when players aren't that good. So England, they have the players. They're never going to stop running. Tuchel made sure they have all the engines in there. So that's always going to make it difficult for teams to just settle and play their game, right? And then they have Bellingham and Kane, the difference
class
makers.
Yes, the
guys. Class. Saka as well. Like, I know Saka's been getting a lot of stick, and I don't understand why, because every touch this guy makes is fundamental, is like, it's so important. Like, if you really watch him play and the quality in every touch, man,
this guy is injured. Everyone knows he's injured, and as soon as he gets touched on the pitch, he's effective. He's still effective. He might play half a game. He's still going to do something. It was the same with Arsenal at the end of the season. It's ridiculous, man. Any criticism of Saka, honestly.
Kane and Bellingham, they're just two of the top 10 players in the world. Like, they're the difference makers for England, man. And they're the ones carrying them, dragging them to, what hopefully will be the semi-final.
Okay. Well, yeah, and then let's also talk about Norway against Brazil, right? A huge win for Norway, probably the biggest win in their international history. Erling Braut Haaland making it 7 goals at the tournament after the brace. Fantastic winning goal in the end as well. Yeah. What are your thoughts on Norway as a whole? How impressed were you against Brazil, and how do they stack up against England?
Their last 2 games, I've been very impressed with them. And it's not the players that you'd expect me to talk about, the Haalands, the Odegaards. They're not the ones I've been most impressed with. It's the ones I wasn't too familiar with. Patrick Bergs. Rierson was very good against Brazil, but the one he played against Ivory Coast, Pedersen, he seems like a talent as well. He plays in Serie A, another good player. And it just made me realize these guys actually have a well-rounded 11. Like, they don't have a bad player in their 11. The worst player in that 11 is probably their left back, Wolford. He plays for Wolves. He was playing in the Premier League last season.
He's not a bad player. He's young. He's a bit inexperienced, but I think he's got talent as well.
Yeah, like the centre back punch is Christopher Asia and wasn't Ostergaard, was it? Oh no, and Hegem, is it? Hegem. He plays yeah. Solid partnership, man. Both good on the ball as well. And the midfield, Sander Berg, Patrick Berg, and Odegaard. Like, it's like they can hold on to the ball well, man. Like, literally, like, you can press them.
Better than England's midfield?
I mean, they're definitely going to give them a run for their money, because like, they're definitely better at certain aspects,
Yeah,
certain
I meant
things.
specifically at holding on to the ball
Holding on to the
and that
ball,
stuff.
yeah, I
Would you
think
say?
so. I think they'll have a
Mm.
lot more possession than England would expect. It's gonna be a very and people they probably think Norway that it'll be similar to the Mexico game. Norway are better than Mexico, trust me. Norway are a real team. They beat Ivory Coast. Ivory Coast did well in that game, but they made it very difficult for Ivory Coast, and Ivory Coast are a very good team as well. But honestly, I have this as a 50-50 game. Honestly, it's gonna be
Oh
a
man.
very tough game. It's definitely England's toughest game so far.
Yeah, for sure. I agree with that toughest game so far for sure. 50-50 game. I mean, I have to agree with you. I think because when I'm looking through the team for weaknesses, right? I'm like, I look, okay, maybe centre back partnership. It's okay, but it's like it's a Premier League level partnership. It's fine. It's. And then I look at, do England have weaknesses? I would probably say their centre back partnership. They're not just a centre back partnership. Their defense as a whole isn't top class, right? It can be got at, and when you're up against Haaland, and not just Haaland, you have to acknowledge everyone because Haaland, yes, he's so good at what he does, but you've got a 1v1 specialist in Nusa, good creative player. He's not perfect yet, but he's got the ability to really trouble, and he'll be constant with trying to get past you. Odegaard, a very smart player, I think he gets a lot of criticism for not being, decisive in the final third, which I agree he hasn't been over the last year or so at Arsenal, but I think a lot of that is more down to Arsenal's way of playing, and I think it spreads to him as someone who is a patient, thoughtful player, and I think it's maybe he's become a little too patient, a little. He's not playing on off his instinct enough now. I think he's maybe he's Arsenal captain, so people wouldn't really think about it, but confidence. When you're not receiving the ball in your perfect position a lot of the time, you don't feel that, and I see remnants of that, but the quality's there. He's an experienced player. He's been playing since he was 14 years old at the top level. He's a Norwegian legend, and his partnership with Haaland is really good. And I look through this team, like you, even Sherlock, it's an interesting tactical variation, right? Having that big guy on the right that they can play balls to. I think you do catch O'Reilly out of position at times. If they can utilize that, get the ball early to Sherlock, that could be a danger as well. So I see a bunch of different ways that Norway can score. And Norway get the first goal. I think England are under a lot of pressure then. And this is my issue with the England setup and the squad that he picked, is that if you do go a goal behind, you're struggling to see improvements off the bench. I mean, I would say Kobe Mainoo would definitely be, but I don't expect him to be the first name off the bench. Maybe Rashford. You have some options, good players, but not the real talented technical players that could break down a team if they're 1-0 up. So yeah, I hear you. I think the more I speak, 50-50 sounds sounds about right. I'm gonna pick England to go through.
Call Bellingham and Kane, right?
Yeah, and Saka.
And Saka.
That's what I'm gonna base it on. I'm just like, you got three top players there. A moment of quality from any of them could be enough. But I'm not doing that with any confidence because
Yeah, man,
of
but Norway, I'm sure they've got moments in them as well. They got new
yeah,
stuff coming up with big moments. Oscar Bob can come up with big moments, and obviously
yeah,
the big man
yeah, exactly.
game. So
Exactly. And that's the thing. He, like you can trust him. You can trust him to be there in the big moments. And also, you know, he was up against Marquinhos and Gabriel in the last game. He won that battle in the end. that's a better partnership than England have at centre back. So
Marquinhos was very good in that game as well.
yeah,
Just
yeah,
on the side note, but yeah,
I
Haaland
mean,
just came on though.
exactly that second goal. Hardly anyone in world football is going to score that goal. It's just he's different, So yeah, it's a lot to worry about, and yeah, oof, it's a tough one. If I'm giving a prediction, man, I'm changing my mind on this one. I was gonna say 2-1. Maybe I was gonna stick with 2-1, but maybe extra time. It's one of those I could easily see pens. Yeah, yeah. What about you? What's your prediction?
I say pens. I'm gonna say England on pens. So I'm gonna say.
Oof. Okay, okay. England on pens. All right, all right. Um, and then we've got Argentina against Switzerland. Of course, the winners, the winner of this will face the winner of England and Norway. And Argentina was saved. A crazy game against Egypt on the brink of defeat, which would have been one of the great knockout game upsets. 2-0 up Egypt with about 10 minutes to go in normal time. And Argentina won 3-2. Man, that was crazy. That was crazy, right? I mean, what are your thoughts and how do you see the game against Switzerland going?
Yeah, Messi, man, Messi. I think they'll win. They'll beat Switzerland a bit more convincingly than the last two games. Because Switzerland they got Ndoye on a break, but Mazambi's injured, right? I don't know if
I
he'll be back
think
for the
so.
game.
Yeah, I think they'll need him. I'll say that straight. Like
Yeah, I think they need
without
him
him,
as well. Because just Ndoye on the break. He's not the Embolo he used to be. So he's still strong. He can still hold the ball in one spot. But before he used to be able to drag his team up the pitch, man, like a physical specimen. But now he's not that guy anymore. So yeah, man, I think the teams that Argentina have been struggling against are the teams that have that threat on the counter. Teams that will match them or beat them physically and able to, uh, you know, create chances with their directness and their pace. But Switzerland don't really have much of that. So I think Argentina will just break them down and Messi will come through, man. Honestly, so I think Argentina will win that one quite easily.
yeah, yeah. I echo those thoughts. I think it's all about Messi, though. That's the thing. You with this more than any other team in the whole tournament. You stop Messi, and I'm not convinced that Alvarez or Lautaro will come up with that moment. They're good. They can score goals. They're good players, but everything goes through because they don't have width. They're not attacking with width, and really the only creative player is Messi as well. It puts so much on him.
But
Like,
yeah, it does put so much on him.
mm,
But like, even though he's 39 years old, like it's hard. It's so difficult to stop him because he's the
yeah,
type
it's
of player.
ridiculous, man.
He doesn't just need to do things by himself. He's
Yeah,
someone who knows how to get the best out of his teammates as well. He
exactly.
knows.
He lays it off to them in the perfect way. Like,
Exactly. He makes things so much easier for his teammates, and that's a very underrated skill. And he's just the greatest, man. He's got
yeah, he's a
everything,
genius,
absolutely
a
everything.
genuine genius. Like,
Genius,
yeah,
footballing
yeah,
genius.
yeah. And you know what? If it's quarterfinal, what tough game, tight game, maybe it's been 60 minutes and it's 0-0. I'm backing him to turn up with something, a moment, a goal or assist, something, and yeah, I think that'll be enough in a game like this. I don't think Switzerland are that dangerous going forward, especially without Manzambi. I think they're just quite toothless. If Manzambi is there, that could be interesting in terms of the counter threat. Him and Ndoye, as you say, together, they'll have their moments in that case. That's what I would say. Because yeah, Argentina aren't unbeatable, but yeah, I'll back Argentina to go through. Let's say a 2-0 win in that game, something like that. In which case,
let's give a special mention to Lisandro Martinez as well, man. He's
Yeah,
been
good pull.
sensational this tournament.
Yeah,
What a player, man.
yeah.
What a player. In my opinion, he's top 3 centre backs in the world, in my opinion.
On the ball, he's without a doubt the best centre back in the world. There's other good options. Kubasi's been very good on the ball in this tournament as well. But on the ball, no, there's no like the
Bokazi.
Mbokai. That's another top centre back. And on the ball, very very special as well. But I think Martinez just it's ridiculous. We saw that assist against Cape Verde. That was amazing. But just his all round, like he could just take the ball straight from the fence in someone's feet all over the pitch. It's amazing. But yeah, if it is that semi final lineup, we're gonna talk about it beforehand. Obviously, I'm praying it is. I'm cool with underdog stories and all that, but the idea of having France versus Spain, England versus Argentina, it's mouthwatering. It's mouthwatering, man. Yeah.
To say the least.
Yeah.
When was the last time we saw anything like this?
That's it. The 4 best teams in the semi-finals. Oh man, honestly, I don't think we've seen this in my lifetime. So, so it's a long time, man. It's a very long time. So I'm praying for that. I will say, if Norway do beat England and get through, they'll deserve it. And I kind of like Haaland getting that moment in a big international tournament, something that he's talks about. He never dreamed of, that even being possible. So, but man, that would be amazing.